Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Children's Bible Stories for the Summer. We're talking about Joseph, son of Jacob. Remember all the adventures he's had so far? He was a very spoiled child. His brothers didn't like him, but God had revealed to him that someday he would be very, very important. And all his brothers would be even bowing down to him. That's pretty extreme. Now, most of us probably wouldn't have liked Joseph because he thought himself very important. He didn't know that a gift from God is something to be appreciated and not taken for granted. So Joseph had some wild adventures. His brothers assaulted him. His brothers held him until they could sell him as a slave. He wound up working for a man named Potiphar, and he did very well until Potiphar's wife lied about him, and Joseph was now in prison. Now, you might think that if someone is in prison, God isn't with them. That's not true. Sometimes we go through bad experiences because we need to learn from them. Maybe Joseph needed a little bit of humility. After all, he was bragging to his brothers earlier. Well, Joseph's in a bad situation, but God is still with him. Remember this, my friends. If you're in a bad situation, it doesn't mean God's left you. Sometimes it simply means you need to learn something and you still stay loyal to God and loving to God. And God will turn all things to good if you love him. So Joseph is in prison. And the Pharaoh, the big important guy, the king of Egypt, he was angry at his butler and he was angry at his baker. And the two of them were in prison. And they had some strange dreams. Remember, Joseph had that dream? Well, these two had strange dreams. The baker said, I keep having this dream that I've got this bread basket, and this bread basket is on my head. And these birds for 3 days keep eating the bread out of my basket. The butler said, I keep having this dream that I'm holding up my master's cup, the Pharaoh's cup. And there are these three grapevines, and I'm squeezing the grapes, and putting them into this vessel. And Joseph said, I've got some experience with dreams. Maybe I can help you out. So he said to the baker, it doesn't look good for you because those birds are eating out of that basket means you're going to be dead in 3 days. And he said to the butler, it looks pretty good for you because there's grape juice going into this glass. You're going to get restored in 3 days. Well, sure enough, the baker was dead in 3 days. And in 3 days, Pharaoh came and said to the butler, come back and work for me again. Now, if you were the butler, wouldn't you put in a good word for Joseph? Well, it didn't happen. The butler was now happy in his life again, and he forgot all about Joseph in prison. Wouldn't that make you angry? It would make me angry. When we succeed, when we get honors, when our lives are good, it's so easy to forget people whose lives are in difficulty. That's one of the lessons of the story. When we are successful, let's use our influence, Let us use our money. Let us do it to help out people who are in having difficulties. Another lesson is when we're in trouble, doesn't mean God's left us. It means our troubles are temporary as long as we keep loving the Lord. Love God every day. Care about those people who have less than you. Remember, when we prosper, that's a gift from God. We can't brag about it. Look how well I'm doing. No, we simply say, God, I'm prospering. Thank you. Who should I be helping? Well, this is Pastor Mark, and that concludes this Bible story of Joseph, son of Jacob. Please share this, comment on it, invite your friends. I want more people to hear these stories. God bless you all. Stay safe. Obey God.